All right. Yeah. So now Slip Double going live, homie. So this is about this Damir Johnson situation with the firefighter in New York. All right. So what I want to do is I want to play some video, and this is fair use. I ain't asking to get money and monetize and none of this, so this is fair use. Now, this is one of the things, if you notice on the nail picture, the thumbnail picture, you see the actual child. That's a child, and you see his face. So they showing the child face. Not only are they showing that child face, but they showing other children's face in this case, right? So what I want to do is, I think it's this one or it's on this one. I think it's on this one. All right. So it must be on this one. All right. So we are sitting here and we looking at a child. These are a child that they saying
introducing Finn, a
attacked.
smart way to take care of your pool or hot tub.
First, they saying they was harassing an elderly couple. My bad. They was harassing an elderly couple, and it's in the process of them harassing this elderly couple, this firefighter came in, dun, 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 and I'm going to stop y'all from harassing an elderly couple because you guys are criminals and you're harassing an elderly couple. But let's listen. Let's listen to this. I'm going to show it too. Press play. Here we go.
Of this attack, but police have not said.
Hold on.
Of course, and Mary, some stores were open at the time of this attack, but police have not said if there are any.
First, some stores were open at the time of the attack. So basically, there is surveillance footage.
Witnesses. Now they're looking for this group.
Hold on.
Said if there are any witnesses. Now they're looking for this attack, but police have not said if there are any witnesses now.
So why the police haven't mentioned any witnesses? As a matter of fact, why the police mention the elderly couple? Where's the elderly couple at? Did they file a report?
Now they're looking for this group of teenagers. They say they're between 15.
They're looking for the group of teenagers, but they're not looking for the witnesses.
To 17 years old. They say that group was harassing an elderly couple when that off-duty firefighter tried to step in.
So now, off top, they say that the group was, they didn't say allegedly. They got people that are going to shoot up a church. Like Zimmerman shot Trayvon Martin, and they said allegedly shot Trayvon Martin. But no, here they say that the group was harassing an elderly couple. Here we go.
Take a look at the surveillance video.
Take a look at the surveillance video. Now, they mentioned the surveillance video like it's going to actually show them in process of a crime and it capture them.
Surveillance video that captured the group of 6 teenagers, 3 boys and 3 girls walking around on Saturday morning on East 86th Street between.
Walking around. They show all the children faces. These are children. What news media is this? CBS? And look at this one. Look how they walk them out and portray as this criminal. Look at this. That's a child. Remember, and they show his face. They make sure they walk him out like a motherfucking criminal. Why'd you do it? Now watch this. Now, you're not going to hear any of this in the comment section. When you go to the comment section, you don't hear people mentioning none of his words.
What? He attacked my friend, and I had to defend my friend. He actually pushed my friend to the ground, and I had to defend my friend.
So he pushed his friend to the ground. Now let's put this together with real logics and with a mind geared towards justice and not bias, right? And all right, children walking. Look at that sidewalk. They are taking the span of the sidewalk, right? He said that the officer attacked his friend and he actually pushed his friend to the ground. But now let's go back let's go back and let's listen to what the reporter had to say and reporting, because she boots on the ground, right?
Open at the time of this attack, but police have not said if there are any witnesses. Now they're looking for this group of teenagers. They say they're between 15 to 17 years old. They say that group was harassing an elderly couple when that off-duty firefighter tried to step in. Take a look at the surveillance video that captured the group of 6 teenagers, 3 boys and 3 girls.
They playing, joking.
On Saturday morning.
So you see a person in the back that they weren't messing with. They walked right past that person. If they was on this vigilante harassment thing, why they didn't do nothing to that person in the back?
East 86th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues. Police say the group was deliberately cutting in front of an elderly couple, making it hard for them to share the sidewalk. When that third in front of an elderly couple.
There we go.
Police say the group was deliberately cutting in front of an elderly couple, making it hard for them to share the sidewalk.
Stop right there. They're taking up the span of the sidewalk. They say that the group were deliberately cutting in front of an elderly couple. Notice this. Hold on. So they're deliberately cutting. So they're constantly running in front of the elderly couple. They said it was harassing them. It was harassing the elderly couple. So what would make these children constantly jump in front of the elderly couple while they're walking, making it hard to share the sidewalk? Do you understand that? All right.
When that 38-year-old off-duty firefighter told them to cut it out, police say things took a violent turn.
He told them to cut it out. So basically, he did approach them. He approached them. They didn't approach him. He approached them, and it took a violent turn.
The victim was punched, pushed to the ground.
The victim. They called him the victim.
Repeatedly, he was taken to Columbia Hospital where he
and he was taken to the hospital. He was punched repeatedly. Let's go back over here. Watch this. Watch this. Now they know this. Look at this. Grown ass man. Grown ass man. I'm gonna keep it 100. I want y'all to look at me when I say this. These are grown ass men. Hold on. A bunch of grown ass bitches. All right, so let's turn this back. Let's get into this. So that's some whole shit. That's some bitch shit. That is whole shit. All these men come out for this child. That's some whole. There's no way to sit and try to be nice and pussyfoot around it. So now that makes more sense to me. Looking at these children, right? That makes more sense. Not they was just out there to go and harass elderly people. That wasn't what was happening. What was happening was that they was taking up too much of the sidewalk, and it was making it hard for them to share the sidewalk. So you guys don't see this elderly couple? Why don't you move over some? And somebody mouthed off back at him, and then he intervened. He pushed the little guy because you ain't gonna talk to me like that. And then what happened? This guy get punched in the back of the head, the side, or get knocked the fuck out, and he got beat the fuck up. Why? Because he decided, the firefighter decided, not allegedly, he decided to put his hands and push his friends to the ground. So if the news reporter can say that they assaulted, they was harassing an elderly couple, and then they assaulted this firefighter, and not allegedly, they ain't gonna say allegedly. I'm not about to say no motherfucking allegedly neither. It's all fair, right? So this young man say, he assaulted my friend. He actually pushed him to the ground. He was protecting his friend. So let's read some of these comments. Now you heard him say it out of his own mouth. As his friend shoved the elderly couple, human trash. So he basically said that basically the way that this person took it is that your friend was shoving an elderly couple, and the person that was trying to help the elderly couple, you attacked that person. Do you see what's happening here? Let's look at the mindset of the people that's commenting on here. An idiot is an idiot. Both sides of the Atlantic. Respect to U.S. firefighters from the UK. So Off top, an idiot is an idiot both sides of the land. That sounds like a fair statement. But when they say respect to the U.S. firefighters, that's basically them choosing a side. Like, oh, the firefighters are in the right, not the children in the right. They didn't even give these children a trial. They didn't even go to trial yet, and they already demonize him. I assume he killed the guy after the way he were looking at him. It says not just assaulting him. Okay, that was fair. You would think that, yeah, the guy was killed the way they was on him. You would think that he was killed. That's a fair statement. So that there is a difference between white people and white folks, right? There's a difference. They are not the same. Everybody keep wanting to try to put all white people in the same boat, and you can't do that. That's not fair, and that wouldn't be just. So, and I'm gonna get into that later, and I'm gonna show you another instance where white folks actually try to speak against the crimes of white people. You know what I mean? Let's go. Those firefighters, like they was ready to drag him out the car and give him the beating of his life. You know what I mean? Now this is a child that they talking about. Some firefighters staring, looking at him, won't do anything. He probably feels safe. Oh, it says elderly abuse is just as bad as child abuse. So now the elderly was getting abused. When the woman here said it was making it hard for them to share the sidewalk, it was cutting them off, and they basically used being cut off or them walking around. I could see elderly couple walking. Maybe they're walking together, and they basically didn't show any regard for the elderly couple. Biggest coons. Why are so-called gangsters big? I think that was supposed to be coons. I don't know. Please elaborate on the gangsters of coons. And what are you talking about with that one? But anyway, so when we start talking about them, maybe the couple was coming this way, and the guy don't feel like these children gave him enough space. That sounds correct. I can see that. You didn't give him enough space. Hey man, y'all see this couple walking, and he stepped up. Then where's the couple? Where's the testimony of the couple? Let's keep going. I mean, these people, man, when I tell you inside this, it says this stuff makes it to CNN. So CNN is basically, this stuff never makes it to CNN, but CBS is showing the face of these children. He actually tried to make himself look innocent, stupid to 100 max % stupid. So they say this little child tried to make himself look innocent. He didn't say he didn't punch him. It says y'all could always see the good in other races but your own. Evidently you say y'all, so I must be there too. Gang members, weak coons. So you said we could see the good in other races but our own. Are you speaking about me seeing the good in what? When I mentioned that white folks and white people are different? Because I can prove it right now. You don't want to fuck with me with that. I wish I could. I need to go get that live stream thing. I'm about to go get a laptop, so I'll get that live stream thing, and I'll be pulling you motherfuckers in because I'll rip you to shreds right now. That's dangerous thinking. That ain't dangerous thinking. Okay, here we go. Since it's dangerous thinking, I'm gonna show you the difference between white folks and white people.
Right,
See, look, and first, let me break this down to you since you want to say that's dangerous thinking. You know what I mean? All right, so we are in a time where white folks can actually stand up. Back in the day, white folks was being persecuted for speaking against the injustice of white people. That's facts. That's not no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad was a network of barns and things like that also belonged to white folks. It's a difference between white folks and white people. I'll prove it right now. Watch this. Why? This is called the Cursed Platoon.
that no one else in the mainstream media is covering.
Fair use. Now, this is white people saying Clint Lawrence killed the enemy. They say he killed the enemy.
The soldier done wrong by the federal government.
This guy pardoned him.
And it's like, dude, the rest of the platoon's right over.
This is white folks. He's telling you that the guy done wrong.
Here, and we're telling you you're wrong. Was there anybody in the platoon that was with Clint that said that was the wrong decision?
Now, watch this. He just said, was there anybody in the platoon that said it was the wrong decision? Watch this devil motherfucker. Lying.
That I don't rightly know.
That I don't rightly know. See, he say he don't know. That's for plausible deniability. Then they show the children, right? Watch this.
Ordered the killing of civilians.
White folks, he did what? Hold on. White folks.
He ordered the killing of civilians.
Now, he's white as well. What did he say? He ordered the killing of civilians. Telling the truth.
Civilians made me sick.
I'm not saying that he didn't make mistakes, but war is ugly, war is messy.
It made me sick that he was in a lot.
Look, another white guy. He's white. White folks. I'm telling you, there's a difference. You got to understand, you want to fight a war against white supremacy, you got to understand how to fight it, and you can't just go around with a fucking sword. You got to go around with a scalpel in this bitch because it's close quarter combat.
It's messy.
It made me sick that he was even allowed to wear the uniform again.
I really appreciate my new American family.
Lawrence was released Friday from the U.S. military prison Fort Leavenworth.
He came out, he hugged his parents, he gave them a pardon.
We finally have a commander-in-chief that understands our mission.
They want a soldier who they believe was wrongly accused.
Now, look, the whole white supremacy media.
If that was the case, but it's not.
So I'm gonna stop right there, cause I'm telling you what you don't want to do. Hey, look, homie, you can't fuck with me with that, homie. All white people are not the same. You can call it what you want to and try to put them all in the same box. You can't do it, and that's just fair and just. That's being fair, homie. You know what I mean? I could still fight a war against white supremacy and be fair and beat their ass. You, on the other hand, got to put everybody on the same fucking category and think you're going to win. You're going to lose like that. You're going to lose. And that's how you lose. So I'm showing you the difference right here. And it's called the Cursed Platoon. If you want to go look it up on YouTube, go look it up yourself. The Cursed Platoon. So you had whites being prosecuted for speaking up for blacks, right? And they was being persecuted at high rates. So what that's going to do? That's going to make them go back in the closet, right? Just like right now, you see all these gay and homosexual people coming out the closet. Why? Because they're not being persecuted. So when the persecution of the whites that speak out slow, they're able to come out now and speak, and we able to get closer to justice. That's even like the Black Lives Matter, the homosexual organization. It is a homosexual organization and is not a true black organization. It is not. Let's keep it 100. Got to be real. It's a homosexual organization. They should call it the Rainbow Lives Matter. Okay. But yeah. So in the Black Lives Matter movement, there's two different things. So you got to recognize the difference. And that's what I mean by scalpel. You got to come at this thing with a scalpel. You can't just go with a sword swinging it. Oh, everybody. That's stupidity, homie. I don't think you understand how this thing works. Matter of fact, in the book, cuz, hey, look, see this right here? You see this man right here, Amos N. Wilson? Go listen to him speak. Go listen to him speak, homie. Blueprint for Black Power. If you want to really try to understand how to fight this war, I got some more stuff up here, like Dr. Claude Anderson. I got some more stuff, Paranomics, on how you go do it. That's like saying you go quit using the dollar and try to build it. Man, come on. Get the fuck up out of here with that, homie. Yeah. Amos N. Wilson, but also said, if I could find it, said, yes, we should be cordial. You know what I mean? And he said, as a matter of fact, when you get up into the embracing back into your African culture, you will learn how to get along with whites. That's what Amos N. Wilson said, homie. Yeah. Go, man, come on. Go find one where you see Amos N. Wilson talking about the cracker, and the devil white folk. Amos N. was straight on, homie. And what you mean ain't the same? What are you saying? Dr. Ben even said it. Dr. Ben said if a hungry white child came up and he said he will feed that child. He said at the same time, if a war was to crack off, he know that he might be put in a position to have to kill that same child. It's the same thing with you. You feel me? To think that right now, here you go to, oh, that's dangerous thinking because you can't be no motherfucking leader. That flag right there, Marcus Garvey, went to go talk to the head of the Ku Klux Klan. Hold up. Don't have me go to my bookshelf. You want to fuck around with the fuck around. You want to fuck around with the fuck around. Let me go to my bookshelf. Let me find this book. Let me find this book. Where that book at? Talking all that shit. All that want. All that want. You ain't got nothing to back that up. Matter of fact, if you want, we go live on Instagram. I'm Black Power Banging on Instagram. We can go live. Well, I got a book about the Ku Klux Klan up here. And I read. I study, homie. I got a book. It's called Invisible Empire. If you ever look it up, maybe you could get it. But I'm going to get back to this because right now your argument weak as fuck. You know what I'm talking about? I can guarantee you got a job. Watch this. What's this? This is duct tape, right? Okay. Do you use this? Do you use duct tape? White people touch this too. Asians, everybody. Do you know how many different races touch this just for us to have duct tape? Let's talk about it. Let's talk a remote. Do you know how many different races touch this in order for us to get this remote? Let's talk about it. Packaging. Do you know how many races touch that for us? Invisible empire. Yes, invisible empire. Yeah, no, it wasn't. They was also visible. That's why you know they wear white sheets. The key word, invisible. But they wore white sheets. And it was hanging motherfuckers, burning crosses, throwing rallies. They ain't that invisible. You know what I mean? That's the name of the book, homie. So, I mean, hey, look, man. You'll lose debate with me, man. You're losing right now. I just show, give me some proof of what you're saying, and I'll type it up. I'll pull it up. What's the deal, H-Town? Hey, give me some proof of all whites the same, and I'll pull it up. Because I can show you, I know, look, right now, I grew up gangbanging Southside Compton Crip, because I guess that's what you mean. You must know about my past history, right? Or about the ones that are most coons. So I'm one of the coons, right? Boom. All right. So look, I ended up living in Palmer. Now, as individuals, I got along with a lot of Palmers. You feel me? But when they got in a group, it wasn't that friendly. You know what I mean? That's group thing. As individuals, my homeboys get along with a lot of different other hoods. But in a group, my homeboys want to fight a whole lot of other hoods. That's group think. So when whites, you got to understand this too. Now let's look at white folks, because white folks are different than white people. I think the whole thing need to be different of white folks and white people, because that's where it just went. When white folks are in a system and they doing bad, right? And they watching their children start to be hungry and their bills start to be late. Well, I got something with a plug on it. I wish I had some that was accessible with a plug. But anyway, they're going to plug in to white supremacy to juice their self. Yeah, it's self-preservation. If you start going into psychology of man, that's self-preservation. They may not hold wholeheartedly or even hold to the mindset and the ideologies of white supremacy, but hell, it's part of their survival. There's a lot of white supremacists right now that even hold on to of white supremacy just for the fact that they feel like if everybody else get in control, that they're going to be ran over, and this is their only means of survival. That's the only reason why they're holding on to it. A lot of different people hold on to white supremacy for different reasons, just like a lot of different Crips join Crip gangs and blood gangs for different reasons. A lot of people, they joined it for protection, and that wasn't for, I know I didn't join to be protected. Yeah, that wasn't why I joined it. You feel me? So people join for different reasons. We talking about group things. For you to say that they're a monolith and they have a monolithic type thinking, and that's just it. That is asinine and foolish, and you will lose a battle. You can't be no general with that mindset of thinking that white people are a monolith. Yeah, you could go to this article with Damir Johnson and see that he was arrested and all of them demonizing this young brother for protecting his friend, because that's just what he said. His words was protecting his friend. Yes, a firefighter was attacked, and he said he was protecting his friend. Now we got to study and go to the evidence. I still want for white daddy to love me. Look, check this out, homie. I don't give a fuck about your love. I don't give a fuck about your white daddy love. I don't give a fuck if God loved me. Matter of fact, fuck God, homie. I'm going to go to hell happy. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't even know how I think. But here you go, want to try to impress your standards and your Vaseline carrying ass on me. You carrying Vaseline, homeboy. That's you carrying Vaseline. Like I said, you can't beat no general. Because right now, if I was one of your soldiers, here you go pressing upon me some shit that you want. You don't even know my ideology and my frame of thinking. Obviously, I study more than you study. You dig? I do more reading than you do. I do more actual talking to the Confederates and the Black Panther movement and those that's in this shit than you do. I'm in there. I'm more in there than you are. Believe that. You feel me? Obviously, look, I'm Black Power banging on Instagram. They deleted my first page and I got no strikes on the motherfucking first page. You know why? Because I wasn't around there talking about the cracker, all that stupid ass shit. Look, I don't even talk like that in private. Amongst a group of all Black Power banging individuals with black power tattooed on my back arms, I don't talk like that in private because I understand the real. I know group thing. I don't give a fuck about friend. Yo, I don't give a fuck about your friendship. I only care about my tribe. I don't give a fuck about the whole black race. You think it's a game? You think I just, I'm gonna love the whole black race? I push an African line. Yeah, I push that African line. Yeah, I push that African line hard. You feel me? But you think all Africans are it? Y'all crippin'? Not right. Look, like I tell everybody, I grew up in Southside, called the crib. I'm gonna keep Southside. They can have the crib. Southside will stay mine. I'm Black Power banging on Instagram. Add me, homie. We could go live right after this. And if you want that debate, homie, you could get that work. Come with some evidence. If you want that, you could get that work. On the real, I can guarantee you your plans ain't nowhere near where mine at. Your plans. Because I could take you in my backyard right now and go show you me pushing. I'm going to look. I'm BLACCPOWERBANGING. Black. Don't even have to put no underscore or nothing. Just put Black Power banging. I'm going to show up. They deleted my other page, homie. For what? I don't know what for. They just deleted the motherfucker. They told me I was being logged out and I can't even use the name no more. You feel me? And I wasn't pushing a hate or a division. I fight a war for black against black to get black back black. So my war that I fight is for the minds of my people against the white supremacy itself. I understand the line of it, homie. Yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, add me, homie, DM me, tell me you ready. I'm a log in and we'll go ham. Let me wrap this up. Matter of fact, let me know if you want to do that. If you want to do that, we could be on. You feel me? I'm front line. I'm showing my face. You see me? I ain't hiding. A lot of motherfuckers hide behind cameras, and I'm really out here. Like I'm really be out in the streets. Like I don't hide. I stand behind my words. You did? And white people and white folks are different. They're not the same. They're not. On the real. But I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. The Black Lives Matter movement is the first time in history that I know that white people ever march for somebody else. I don't know no other time in history. I'm talking about in mass numbers. That haven't happened. The Black Lives Matter movement could be the very time that whites actually start to get their Malcolm X's and their Martin Luther Kings and their W.E.B. Du Bois. Like the Black Lives Matter movement could create some of them, because I don't count Tim Wise. I don't count him. That guy right there. I'm talking about create an actual grassroots guy. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, they got this young brother in jail right now, 17 years old. You know what I mean? And we got people like this guy right here, whoever this guy is, jumping on here talking about coons and all that. You know what I mean? Just because he's half studied, a little bit of knowledge is dangerous. You know what I mean? You know just enough to hurt yourself. Yeah. So get smashed on, Black Power banging, slip double. You know what I'm talking about? And they got him in here. I'm going to lose. What's your name on Instagram, homie? Put that out there for the world to see. Who are you? Who are you? I'm slip double. You know what I mean? You go to Compton. You could jump down damn near every hood. Who is slip? Yeah, y'all heard of slip double? Especially if you go off of Long Beach and Alondra. On both sides, all four corners of the street. Stop by, ask somebody. Hey, who is slip double? Yeah. So, yeah, let's go. Let's go. What's your name? Huh? Did you add me? Did you add me? Since you talking about I'm gonna lose, did you add me? Oh, you take a long time to type that. All right, yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying. Let me read a couple of more of these comments before I go, because we go. Matter of fact, I want to get on that that what's the name thing too. That this Nick Cannon. Oh, the Jewish folks done fired the cannons. They basically done started a war. They fired the cannons. They the first shots. They shot first. And it's crazy that we're in a time that you could be transgender, but you can't be trans religion. Huh? A man can say he's a woman, but you can't say you're Jewish. Don't sound like that. Don't sound myotic to me. Don't sound balanced. It's just not balanced. It's something that's imbalanced about it. Then I listened to the interview. I was like, okay, let me see when he gonna start hating. He didn't say nothing hateful. Okay. Can what he's saying been backed up by history? It can be backed up. But that's gonna be another video. So let's go, homie. I found out how to get my hold on, my bad. This thing it's not showing up. Only thing I keep seeing you popped up saying I'm gonna lose. Hold up. Move out the way. Yeah, so whenever, homie. But anyway, yeah, so when we look at the news media and how the news basically portray things, they portray things in a certain light. And then you have the reason why the news cameras really didn't jump on this, because they know that the firefighter was in the wrong. Now you have CBS throw it out there. You know what I mean? You had this what's the name, the news reporter come out there and they was making it hard to share the sidewalk. But I guarantee if the rest of the footage come out, and when the rest of it come out, the firefighter attacked first. He the one crossed the line. And as a firefighter, right, or as I'm gonna say older person, when you start, hey man, conversation could have been had where it's like, hey man, you can't be talking to us because we're black and we don't like white people. No, I don't see that with them. Just looking at them walking down the street, I don't see that. And so in all fairness, he said he didn't deny knocking his ass out. He didn't deny knocking his ass out. You know what I mean? He did, but he said why he did it. But when we go through these comments, no doubt the victims were white. Zero doubt. Imagine if white teens did this to blacks. Complete media chaos. Well, let's address that. White people and white folks. So I get into these conversations with white people and white folks about, and a lot of these cats be right wing when they say this. They be like, well, the police kill more whites than blacks. Okay. All right. Are black people supposed to march and protest because the police kill white people? Because when police kill black people march and protest. When police kill white people, shouldn't white people march and protest against police violence against white people? I'm just saying. If you ask me, I think that's what should happen. And they should be, why don't our brothers and sisters come out to Texas where we have more benefits in Texas and the states and guns? Hey, no, you know what? It's not just Texas. We can't be looking at just Texas. We got to be looking at this black belt, the southern region. You know what I mean? Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and even in Virginia, because they say Virginia was original slave ports. Florida, we got to be looking at that whole southern region. It's 50-something states, man. The motherfuckers can give us 6, 7 states. They can add the rest of them, you know what I mean? But we're going to do a meeting. We're going to put together a conference between the Africans in America, the Native Americans, and the Mexican in America. We're going to put a conference and we're going to divide the states up amongst ourselves so that way we can keep peace and tranquility and we'll divide the regions up. So we'll call that the AIM conference, Africans, Indians, Mexicans. You know what I mean? Even though AIM is already like a or probably MIA or something like that. We're gonna have to conference that out so we can make sure that we start to get these regions sectioned off and we can bring justice. That's a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean? United States would be mad that a conference happened and they wasn't there. They would be like, hold on, but they do it all the time. Like Berlin conference, starting from there, we go all the way back historically. That a lot of conferences and things happen without the actual people being there. But anyway, about other people. But yeah, man, when we start looking at this thing and going through this and start breaking this down, yeah, I actually lost the point where I was at, but let's keep going. No respect for the working class. Ooh, so let's take that and dissect that real quick. No respect for the working class. Hold on, my bad. Let's go back. Let me make this point. Yeah, whites should start to protest more police violence against whites. That's what I want to say, that they should protest that and not let that go. But now that whites let that go and it gets swept under the rug. And matter of fact, I could show one to where there was a young white child, 17 years old, going to go visit his girlfriend, and a car was coming towards him. The lights was bright. And evidently, this is one of those areas to where they don't have many street lights and people normally cut on their bright lights. So he flashed the car to let them know that their bright lights was on. It ended up being a police officer. Police officer turns around and pulled him over, and a 17-year-old child ended up dead. He was a white child. He ended up dead. And he was like, sir, I just flashed you to let you know your lights was on. The officer, being an asshole, said, hey, those are my regular lights. It's a new car, and I got flashed several times. If you know you got flashed several times that night, you should do something to correct the problem, not jump behind him thinking that this kid shouldn't be flashing you. And he ended up dead. Now, some people be like, oh, so what? I don't care. Look, Martin Luther King said that injustice anywhere is a like assault to justice everywhere, or injustice anywhere is something but justice everywhere. But that wasn't justice. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is a difference of white folks and white people. And this one, no respect for the working class. Homie. So basically, these people, these children, don't come from the working class. They're children. They more than likely, they aren't old enough to have jobs yet. And they're teens, that's known. And they say between the ages of 14 and 15, 17, but obviously the boy was like 17, 16. And they're not considered a working class. That shows mindset, bias already. It says, from Brock's, culture needs to change and pretty fast. That person says from the Bronx. Why I'm not shocked to hear this. Ooh, why I'm not shocked to hear this. You know what I mean? So on these teens, there will be zero consequence, and they will do it again and laugh at the faces of the public. They do this in Chicago on a regular basis too. Teens. Oh man, making the black community proud. Wow. Hey, for this young teen to defend his friend, he made me proud. Yes. Put them in jail. And that looked like a black woman say, put them in jail. I mean, look, put them in jail, and they don't even know all the facts. And if they would have heard it like I heard it, they was taking up the sidewalk and they cut people off. It didn't say that they touched the elderly couple. It didn't say that they said anything to the elderly couple. It's just that they was making it hard to share the sidewalk, and you want them to put them in jail. Boy, look at the direction. Look at the direction that this thing is going. It's crazy. This is so sad to hear that. I hope they get them kids. Wow. If you look at the society, the mindset of the United States, I hope they get them kids. Get them the prosecution. Had the teens been white and firefighters couple been black, headlines will make sure they include race of the attackers. Yeah, you stupid ass shouldn't have been chewing all that stuff. I'm about to throw up. But anyway, so they saying if the teens was white. Okay. So let's talk about that. Had the teens been white, they would not have showed their faces on the internet. Had the teens been white, they wouldn't have disclosed their names because they can't tell their names. We know Damir Johnson because they're black, so they tell their name. Normally, when it's whites, they don't show the identity. Just like let's go to 2 rape allegations of, was it Harvey Weinstein and Cosby? Cosby arrest pictures up there. I haven't seen the Harvey Weinstein arrest pictures. You don't see a lot of arrest pictures. All right. The youthful offenders. Could someone inform me of their race? Wow. Don't make the black kids angry. The usual suspects. The F wrong with these kids. Bring them all to justice, and their parents need to step up and bring their kids to the police, to the firefighters. I pray that you're doing well for the firefighters, and all the kids as well should go to church and learn something about Jesus Christ. No, that's one thing they should not do. The youth today have had piss poor parenting. Now they're going after parents. It's an epidemic. It says in our country and America are sick and tired of it. Future BLM members, hopefully they're not. Hopefully they stay heterosexual. Usual, it says us volunteer firefighters and career firefighters have more balls than 99% of the general public. Where's tips on this? Says Dean Amaro's fan. I look. It says putting up these old videos. It says YouTube trying to start race by putting these old videos up. Oh, this is an old video. This said 2 weeks ago, 1 hour ago. Everything seems pretty new about this. Yeah, 15 and 17 years old. So I'm just looking at the comments. Nobody mentioning. So nobody is actually mentioning that these children said that they was defending each other.
Everyone thinks making 2% per month in the stock market
and they not. So there's nobody on the children's side. So off top, the children are demonized and the children are guilty. They didn't even have a trial. So what sense is the court system, right? It makes no sense, of course. So we might as well just get rid of the courts and just allow court in the street. Fuck it. Let it keep going. The police are doing court in the streets. I could show you one where this white guy shooting police officers coming up in his yard, killed 2. He gets shot. He surrendered. He got arrested. And I'm going to do a video on that. And I'm going to read the comments. And we're going to see if the comments are similar. So the United States of America got this thing to where blacks are demonized and shown as criminals. For the majority of it, yes, you're shown as criminals. There's a reason to steal. There's a reason to kill. There's no reason to rape. So, but when you put people in a position to where they still kill, yes, and it can be put. People can be put in those positions. Psychological warfare. The United States have the ability to go and have people fight against their own government, overthrow government. Coups happen. I got stuff up here that attest to that. So yeah, the United States right now should be pushing the line. Wait before we demonize. And there's no allegedly been said in none of these. I haven't heard allegedly harassed a couple. They said he was harassing a couple. They basically putting out there like they're guilty before the trial, before the information, before even going to go look for more surveillance cameras. Believe me, this is New York. Surveillance is everywhere. So I believe when all the surveillance cameras come out, that we're going to see the true story, and then it's going to disappear, and all these people that made these comments won't go and be just and unfair and say, you know what, I was wrong. I didn't know all the full details and learn from their mistakes. No, they're just going to sweep it under the rug like, oh, and they're going to go to whatever best fit their narrative. So I'm not into what fits my narrative. I'm into justice. I'm into truth. You know what I mean? I'm like Malcolm X said, the brother El Haj. I'm for the truth, no matter who it's for or who will help. He for the truth. And that's the thing. When we start being about the truth and for the truth, sometimes we not gonna be on the right side. And we gotta understand that. So let's stick to the truth, people. The United States is going to shit real fast. But if we can stand to the truth, hopefully everybody can start together around the truth and we can make this thing happen. And we can start to build a better society for our children. Because basically we live in a gang of BS. Yeah. But y'all stay safe. Slip double. Black Power banging. The greatest game banger in the world.